The future of Vogue, who will succeed Anna Wintour? What would you do if you were handed the keys to fashion's most iconic empire? That's the billion-dollar question as Anna Wintour prepares to exit Vogue, leaving behind a legacy as complex as her signature bob. But here's where it gets controversial. Rumors suggest Jeff Bezos' wife Lauren Sanchez might be positioning herself as heir apparent, a move that's already sparking fierce debate across the fashion industry. Imagine this scenario. Just one day after Wintour's departure announcement, Sanchez graced Vogue's digital cover. Coincidence? One industry insider firmly believes not, stating, "The timing screams planned takeover." This fuels speculation that Sanchez might channel her recent $10.1 million Hermes bid, which she lost at auction, toward Bezos acquiring Condé Nast. The reaction? A prominent magazine founder didn't mince words. "If this happens, it's the end of Vogue. Let's examine the battlefield Sanchez or any successor would inherit." Condé Nast, Vogue's parent company, has operated at losses for over a decade, bleeding $120 million in 2017 alone. Though recent digital revenues, $1 million per Met Gala live stream slot, now outpace print, the company still relies on asset sales like Vogue House for stability. Financially, Vogue holds its ground with modest 3.1% circulation declines versus the industry's 8% freefall. But the real crisis? Cultural irrelevance. Here's the uncomfortable truth most legacy publications won't admit. Vogue now ranks 6th in U.S. fashion media visits at 18.5 million, dwarfed by People Style's 195 million. Gen Z doesn't see themselves in Vogue's pages, explains marketing strategist Leah Miller, highlighting the magazine's disconnect with a generation facing economic uncertainty. The representation problem goes deeper than fashion spreads. Trauma specialist Brianna Sefcik delivers a powerful indictment. When media shows only one beauty standard, it psychologically damages young women. This explains why performative diversity efforts fall flat. Readers crave authentic representation, not tokenism. So who could actually steer this ship? Speculation centers on 4 contenders. Chioma Nady, British Vogue's current head, for institutional knowledge. Lindsay Peoples, the cut editor, as the progressive choice championing inclusion. Chloe Mal, Vogue.com editor, with digital native credentials. Edward Aninful, ex-British Vogue, as the dream candidate despite new ventures. The seismic shift extends beyond editorship. Fashion PR agencies report restructuring entire workflows as brands prepare for a post-winter landscape. "We're processing 40% more content requests as brands develop autonomous voices," reveals Karen Cleaver of Underground Marketing. Celebrity stylist Pilar Scratch confirms, "I'm prepping looks signaling a Vogue-less future. Think gender fluidity and sustainable fashion narratives." This leads us to our most provocative question. In an era where a 22-year-old Lagos stylist with 40K followers holds more cultural sway than legacy magazines, does Vogue even need an empress anymore? We're witnessing fashion's democratization. Will Vogue embrace community-driven trends or cling to top-down curation? The comment section is yours. Who should truly succeed Wintour? A corporate spouse? An industry revolutionary? Or is the role itself obsolete? Anna Wintour's revolutionary business philosophy, why the customer is always wrong. Anna Wintour serves as a striking example of why the customer is often mistaken. As Amy Odell from the New York Times eloquently puts it, she was never some algorithm trying to give us more of what it thinks we want, or something driven by AI. She was a person who judged and decided based on her own haughty sense of what was best. This insightful observation about Wintour, the long-serving editor-in-chief of Vogue, highlights a crucial lesson for aspiring business leaders and entrepreneurs alike. Odell's portrayal of Wintour and her approach to curating the monthly Vogue magazine should be prominently displayed in the offices of every future MBA student and anyone with entrepreneurial aspirations. It serves as a powerful reminder that the concept of knowing your customer is often overhyped, oversold, and overly simplistic in the world of business. The most successful business leaders do not merely respond to existing needs, they actively shape and redefine them. Imagine how dull and uninspired the fashion industry would be if Wintour had spent her career simply trying to cater to the preferences of Vogue's readers. If that were the case, Anna Wintour would not have achieved her iconic status, and Vogue would not hold its esteemed place in the fashion world. The essence of Wintour's influence lies in her firm belief that the customer is often misguided. Instead of conforming to what readers thought they wanted, she encouraged them to embrace her vision. This perspective underscores Wintour's identity as a true entrepreneur. It's essential to recognize that entrepreneurship is not merely a career path chosen through formal education, it is a mindset. Entrepreneurs are often dissatisfied with the status quo, even when it is functioning adequately, and they strive to lead others toward new and uncharted territories. Genuine entrepreneurs are compelled to pursue their passions, often facing skepticism and doubt along the way. They challenge conventional wisdom and frequently identify opportunities that others overlook, including those at the highest echelons of the business world. When viewed through the lens of today's MBA students, it becomes clear that the current landscape of commerce is merely a reflection of the past. This past is invigorated by the substantial investments flowing into Silicon Valley and other hubs of innovation. The prevailing mindset among these investors is not to satisfy the current demands of customers but to express a profound disdain for how business is currently conducted. This distinction highlights the fundamental differences in the venture capital model. If a majority of their investments do not fail, it suggests they are not taking meaningful risks. In other words, they may soon find themselves out of the venture capital game. True venture capital investing is characterized by the pursuit of the seemingly impossible, rather than settling for what might perform adequately. Given that most VC-backed startups fail rapidly, it is the exceptionally rare successes that revolutionize industries and justify the numerous failures. In essence, Silicon Valley and similar environments are filled with entrepreneurs who, like Wintour, possess an unwavering belief that customers often lack insight into their own desires. While they may not be as glamorous as Wintour, these innovators share her confidence in spades. This perspective not only honors Wintour's remarkable tenure at Vogue and her broader impact on fashion but also emphasizes a critical lesson about business. Wintour exemplifies a model of entrepreneurship that diverges from traditional teachings in business schools, which often preach that the customer is always right. Instead, she represents the approach taken by the most successful individuals, without whom progress would stagnate. At the core of advancement lies the notion that the customer is frequently mistaken. For decades, Anna Wintour has illustrated why this belief holds true.